Mozambique is a country of plenty. It is a country endowed with a rich variety of mineral resources and already has made a name as a producer and exporter of significant quantities of natural gas and of minerals extracted from the heavy sands. Plans are on course for us to start producing coal and other minerals, both for domestic consumption and for international markets during the course of this year. At the same time, we have signed oil exploration and production contracts with several companies. After months of drilling, we are encouraged by the technical discovery of natural gas and oil in the Rovuma Basin. In Mozambique, ladies and gentlemen, we take a two-pronged view where natural resources are concerned. On one hand, we believe that no matter how resourceful the country is, it cannot and should not depend on its natural resources alone for socio-economic development. We need to invest in the development of human capital, infrastructures, agriculture, tourism, logistics, and other services, to mention but a few examples. Our natural resources should also play a special role in the industrialization of the country and provide an impetus for the diversification of the economy. The forecasts indicate that the extractive industry will and should make a significant contribution in the implementation of our national agenda, which is intended to make poverty history. It is in this context that the promotion of transparency in this sector is to be viewed. First, we have the enabling political environment which stems from the rule of law and the attendant liberties and citizens' rights. It is under this umbrella that dialogue with different sectors of the civil society takes place, which in turn consolidates the sense of common purpose and ownership and informs the formulation of policies. One such recent example is Mozambique's National Report on African Peer Review Mechanism, which is the result of open and frank debate around 4 pillars, namely political and democratic governance, economic governance and management, corporate governance, and socio-economic development. The other example is the annual conference for dialogue with the private sector, which has been going on for about a decade and a half. Secondly, we have been consolidating institutions which promote transparency, accountability, and good governance. Chief among these is the Auditor General's Office, the Attorney General's Office, and its Central Office for the Fight Against Corruption arm, the Administrative Tribunal, and the Parliamentary Committee that deals with public accounts. Furthermore, and on the more operational levels, anti-corruption clauses are an integral part of the mining and the hydrocarbons contracts. A strategy for the licensing and concession of oil exploration areas has been adopted. Fiscal and tax legislation applicable to contracts have been reviewed. Model contracts are in place. Mining cadastre on licenses are open to public consultation and scrutiny, and contracts have, as a matter of law, to be endorsed by the Administrative Tribunal. These are some of the instruments, institutions, and routines that constitute the foundation on which transparent economic governance takes place in Mozambique. We are of the view that the promotion of good governance and transparency in the payments and receipts in the extractive industry will significantly contribute in the discouragement of corrupt practices and in the process promote the increase of resource available to fund our development agenda and lead to a more efficient and sustainable use of our natural resources. That is to say, transparency is not an end in itself, but a means to make poverty history so that we can realize our dream of well-being for the people of Mozambique. We believe this is a noble dream that this noble initiative can help us to attain. Thank you very much for your kind attention.